Well, hello all and welcome. Hope you're all doing well. My last video I mentioned about it being all go and having lots to do, stuff to pot on and so on. And one of the jobs that I've got to do and I'm about to do now is sweet corn. Swift F1. Grown this for probably about 4 years now and always had very good harvests. Never had a problem with it at all. So without further ado, I'll spin you around and I'll show you me with regards to doing me sweet corn. So I've got the sweet corn. I'll show you a little bit of the seed. That's the seed. I've in the past with these I've put some kitchen towel down and sandwich the seed between it to see if they'll start to chit. Then I've potted them on. I don't bother so much now. All as I do now is push the seed in just a little bit more than its own depth. This compost is reasonably moist, but it will get a good watering after I've finished. And as you can see, I'm using root trainer again. I like using these. You can sow seed into these and you can leave them to get the roots well established before they need to be potted on, or even in the case of something like sweet corn, planted out on the plot. It's really good, a really good bit of kit. Very simple, real simple idea of just that little clamshell type pot, for want of a better way of putting it, and yet really effective. You know, you keep everything together. I've done tomatoes before now. I had some tomatoes that were a little leggy, and I've put them into these. And of course with the tomato, if you've got a tomato plant there is just that little leggy, you can bury it just that little bit further down. And in fact last year, I think it was, I did my tomatoes, and they were that little bit leggy. I'm going to have plenty of seed here, that's for sure. And because the tomatoes were a little leggy, I put them into root trainer like this, put them down, put them a little bit deeper than you would do, and they come on fine, no problem whatsoever. They were fine in these. There we go. There's 32. Oh, that's more than enough for what I'm going to want. Obviously, so long as they all fire, of course. And then what I'm going to do with those now is we'll get just a little bit of compost. As you can see, it is quite moist, the compost. It's because of it being in the greenhouse here. I mean, in here at the moment it's 31 degrees, so we'll just firm that down a little. I will clear some off, just make sure everything's contacting, the seeds are contacting the compost. There we go, just wipe that excess off. But yes, I do like these root trainers for, and obviously I use them on my beans as you've seen. So right, a bit of watering. Get and water these well in. They'll stay in the greenhouse here. Not too sure where, because at the moment it's absolutely rammed with stuff. I move one thing and then have to move something else, and it's a bit of a Jenga. But still, I think that'll do. There we go, that's plenty there. And also, as ever, the label. Don't forget the label. So there we go, that is the sweet corn all done. Next job, get a bit of potting on done. Right, so I've got a bit of compost, a bit of clover. Now what I'm doing with these, I'll show you with this one, because I'm doing them all the same, but a little bit of compost just in the bottom, just enough. That's just enough to hold that. And then what I'm going to do then is just work compost, still leaving the pepper in the pot, and just work compost all the way round, pushing it down with my fingers, making sure it stays central. And then there's a little something extra I do. I've got to be honest, these are very good, healthy looking plants. They've been in the house, they've been under the grow lights, they've stayed in there. We've not had any frosts for a while, and to be honest, the coldest it's got, I'm just having a look up here now, it's coldest it's got in the greenhouse has been 2 degrees centigrade. So I don't think for 1 minute that it would hurt these to actually be out here, but you can always guarantee that if I put these out here, we'll then start getting frosts. Now then, what I'm now going to do is remove the pot, and as you can see, one hole left where the pot was. I'm then using some of this microfusel. This is really good stuff. I always use this when I'm potting on. Get it round the edge and at the bottom. Seal that up before I knock it everywhere. And then, as you can see, with the amount, there's just odd roots starting to come through, as you can see on there, so it's just telling me that wants potting on. So we'll get that out of there. It'll give me a chance to, oh yeah, look at that, really nice root structure there, and that will just drop straight in. It's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, really. We'll just put a little bit, but yeah, it's very much like a, as I say, like a jigsaw puzzle. And I don't know if you can actually see, but there is flowers coming on this. So I'll get and do the others. I've got 4 more here that I'm going to do. I've got the overwintered ones to do. So when they're all done, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what I've done. Right, there we go. That's all the 4 peppers potted on, all doing nicely. And the overwintered ones, this is a couple of the overwintered ones, and as you can see, getting fruit, the overwintered, getting some fruit coming on there, so that's nice and reassuring. These will now go back inside. It's only going to be for a week, 2, I think, and then they'll get and put them out here. These are not going to be the final pots that these are going in. These are going to go into, eventually, these are going to go into the big buckets that I grow me tomatoes in. I didn't want to really put them straight from a small pot, you know, this sort of size pot. I didn't want to go from that right up to a big bucket. So I've put them in there. They've all had the little bit of the microfusel. Always put that in when I'm potting anything up. So they've had that on them, and we'll see how they go from there. Well, you've just seen me potting up the peppers, and they're over there, and I just thought to myself, I'll just give you a quick spin round and show you what I've got in the greenhouse here, how things are going, and how we're going on so far. So I'll take you off the tripod, and I'll give you a quick tour of what I've got in here. Right, down here, these onions here, these are Elsa Craig, and this here, those over there are Red Spark, and doing quite nicely. Over the back there, Ramrod, spring onions. Then here I've got some more onion, these are the Kelsey, I'm quite pleased with those. Then over the back there in that tray I've got all year round cauliflower. Then my sunflowers, which those are the High Hopes. I only want one of those for the tub at the front, so they're doing alright. And then I've got 2 more pots there with some more sweet peas in. I have put my sweet peas out, or some out, on the plot. And then that over there with the says mixed pumpkin, that's various different gourds. I don't know what varieties they are because the seed came from a supermarket. In the pot there, that is the salvia blue denim. That is what's left of those. Then just in front of them is some more Ironman Calabrese. This along here, that's Ironman Calabrese. Some dahlias, which they're going to be potted on next. My sweet corn that was done the other day. And then over on the back there is French bean, Blue Lake. Next to those is Cobra. Then the runner bean, Scarlet Emperor. And then at the very back there is the Bolota bean. And that's it for in here. There's the peppers, all been potted on and ready to be moved. So what I'll do now is I'll go and take you next door and show you what I've got in there and how things are doing in there. So here we are in the other silver greenhouse. First thing that you can notice over my shoulder is the potatoes. 1, 2, 3. Well, here we are in the silver greenhouse, and probably the first thing you can notice over my shoulder potatoes. I've just found the label. The Rocket, 28th of the 2nd they went in. Today is the 25th of April. So they're doing quite well, these. They're in here. They could go out, but you can guarantee that once I put these out, we'll then get a frost. So for now, because I don't need the room, they're staying. They're going to stay in here, so that'll be okay with those. In there we have some of my crisp mint lettuce left over. This is the Lollo and Lollo Rosso mixed lettuce. I seem to have more Lollo Rosso than ordinary Lollo, but hey ho, that's how it goes. Behind those then are my, let's just have a look at the label, my Cosmos mixed. They're my own saved seed. And then next to those are some French marigolds. Down here, a bit of a mixed bag here with regards onions. These are, believe it or not, are the Mammoth improved onions. But then next to them here is some Kelsey, all sown at the same time, and yet the Kelsey have gone absolutely bananas. They've really shot on. Down here, two different lots of leek. These are Musselburgh, and then that's Autumn Mammoth at the back. Some more onions here immediately below my feet, or by my feet. These are Elsa Craig, both lots. They've done really well. Won't be too long before they need to go out. Down here then, some more spring onions. These are Guardsmen. And then lurking below here, and I'm going to put them out, but I'm not that impressed with them. These are those big show onions that are supposed to grow to about 8 kilograms or something. I must have done something wrong. They are further advanced than any of my other onions, but they're nothing sparkling. But having said that, they are growing, so we'll get and put some of them out onto the actual plot. And so that's everything that's going on now in the silver greenhouse. Right, I thought I'd show you everything that I've got going on here in the spare room. I'll apologise for any shaky camera work because I'm holding the camera in my hand. So to start with, butternut squash, sown 10th of the 4th. Nothing's come up yet. Now the cucumbers and the pumpkin were sown the same time, and as you can see, done quite well. Cucumbers, I've used 2 packs of seed on in all of these, so they've done quite well. Good germination. 1 pumpkin, a variety called Rocket. They are Beth Alpha, which I've never grown before, but quite pleased with them. These are Socrates that I've never done before. Both of those are very much like a mini munch type cucumber, so be interested to see how they do. These are my luxury. Now I grew these for the first time last year, and some of these last year got up to 18 inches long. Absolutely superb, really nice cucumber. And then moving in under the grow lights, we've got teddy bear sunflowers. They could do with potting on now. My peppers that have been potted on. At the back there's, you can't quite see, but at the back there's some more dahlias that I've done from seed. Then tomatoes, and we've got Bacardi and sweet aperitif in here. moving then along, we've then got Sweet Million, some Sweet Aperitif and Crimson Crush, all doing quite nicely. Some more peppers, and then down here, these are my Spanish flag that's grown from saved seed. Quite pleased with them. And the verbena, remember me in a previous video showing you about the cold stratification? Well, as you can see, that is superb. A couple of years ago when I did them, there was only about roughly that many there that came up, sowing them in the, shall we say, the traditional way. This way, this must be 100% germination. Must be. Really am pleased with them. Chuffed to bits. Then here, Rebecca, they are Toto Rustic. Quite pleased with them. And then these two trays here, they're not looking brilliant, but they are growing and they're doing nicely. And I forget what they're called now. Blue Denim Salvias. That's it. It's just come to me. They're Salvias and they're called Blue Denim. So yeah, that's all that's going on in the house with regards what I'm growing inside. Well, that's it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching. It really is very much appreciated. As you've seen, I've got quite a bit of stuff to put out. It's just waiting on the right time. I keep seeing little bits about temperatures possibly being a bit low, and I don't really want to dash to put things out and get caught with the frost. Some of the onions, I'll definitely get and put them out quite soon, but the calabrese and the cauliflower will hang on a bit with those. Everything that I've potted on is now doing quite nicely. It's all growing well. If you're new to my video, please like, comment, subscribe. I reply to all comments. So until the next time, as I say, thank you all very much for watching. Be good, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra a bit.